Increasingly intense storms, rising sea levels, climate change is real and presents dangers that affect every country, including Singapore. We need urgent and collective global action to address climate change. Singapore is committed to do our part for the benefit of future generations. In 2021, we launched the Singapore Green Plan 2030, which sets out concrete goals to tackle climate change. But caring for the environment isn't new to us. We started our sustainable development journey long before the threat of climate change loomed. When Singapore became independent in 1965, we were a far cry from today's clean and modern city. In the 1970s, Singapore was rapidly industrializing. While some championed development, others wanted to protect our environment. We decided to do both. Then Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew identified a clean and green Singapore as the key competitive factor in attracting foreign investments. The outward-looking environmental strategy would also benefit Singaporeans. And so, the Garden City was conceived. Yet, even with clean rivers and lush boulevards, we continued to face environmental challenges, the most critical of which was the scarcity of our water resources. Over the years, we've developed 4 taps to mitigate the risks of running dry. From reservoirs collecting rainwater to the desalination of seawater, we've learned to optimize every drop of water that we can get. A breakthrough came in 2003. That year, Singapore launched our first 2 new water plants that reclaim used water using state-of-the-art purification technology. Today, we have 5 new water plants. As a weather-resilient water source, new water plays a critical role in helping Singapore cope with the challenges of climate change. Underlying all this is the deep tunnel sewerage system. An engineering marvel, this underground superhighway collects and channels used water for treatment at the water reclamation plants and further reclamation into new water at the new water plants. But let's pause and rewind back for a moment. At the time of the Singapore River cleanup, our economy was taking off, our population was exploding, and our consumption also rose. And with great consumption comes great waste. In 1979, Singapore's first waste-to-energy plant was commissioned. Today, Singapore disposes our waste by burning it at 4 incineration plants. The resultant ash is then shipped to Semakau landfill, an offshore landfill located near our southern coast. But the space in every landfill is finite, and so we must continue to look for unique solutions to tackle the problem of waste, such as creating circularity in our waste streams through innovations like New Sand, which uses treated incineration ash as materials for roads and construction projects, or finding more innovative and sustainable solutions to meet Singapore's long-term solid waste management and used water treatment needs, or inspiring sustainable habits and making reducing, reusing and recycling waste our way of life. Today, Singapore is known globally as a clean and green city, but we know that many challenges lie ahead, like food security, in the face of a changing climate and global population growth. After all, we have limited land for traditional farming. Singapore has thus adopted 3 broad strategies or food baskets to strengthen our food security. Rather than relying on just a few countries to stock our shelves, we are constantly working on diversifying our import sources. We have also set an ambitious target for our agri-food industry. By 2030, we aim to have the capability and capacity to produce 30% of our nutritional needs locally and sustainably. To achieve this, we are transforming food production in Singapore by supporting innovative research projects and tapping on technology. We further strengthen our food security by remaining vigilant on food safety with a risk-based integrated food safety system. Climate change has and will continue to present increasingly complex challenges for our world. Sustainable development has never been more important, which is precisely why Singapore embarked on the Green Plan. With its ambitious and concrete targets for the nation from now till 2030, The Green Plan strengthens our commitments under the UN's 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda and Paris Agreement. Mitigating climate change requires multilateral efforts. Here in Singapore, we're always ready to both share our experiences and learn from others. We all have a part to play in building a sustainable future. Together, we can make the difference.